Billkeyz. What's up? How's it going? It's interesting because two things. Playing on this map, and I only go 13-10. So we're gonna find out: is it the commentary that keeps you guys coming back, or is it this awesome gameplay I got? I don't know. So, hey, lately I just got a lot of messages saying to do commentaries, things like that. When you get over, 30 or 40, I think it's time to get off my hump. As I don't use sidearms anymore, but I had them at the time. Interesting. So the question of the whole commentary today is, I'm going to watch this video and try to figure out why am I so horrible at this game sometimes. And then, get work. Don't ever go right there, player. I think I work a couple people in this back corner, but if you had a question for a bigger commentator, what would it be? And who would you ask it to? And it doesn't matter how you look at, I'm doing the quote fingers. That's what Jive Turkey would say, right? Bigger. Technically, if someone has 1,000 subs and you have 50 subs, they're bigger than you. It doesn't have to be somebody super big. It could be me. It could be anyone. It could be me. Like, for example, if I had to ask Hutch a question, and I kind of would go with CNanners too, both of these guys, because I follow CNanners, and don't get me wrong, they have a lot of subscribers now, but I followed them like 5 years ago. My question to them: what does it take, or do you feel, a little bit of both, that your involvement with your subs is there? Now, it's the same question to both guys, and I'm sure they would both have different answers. But that would be my question to them. Epic grade fail. I know they're there. Like, it's really weird, and I'm so anxious. By the way, the new Christmas camo is awesome. So that would be the question I would ask them. How do we can be involved with just talking to you? Do you feel you should do more in the community? Like, maybe do like an open not an open lobby, maybe like an open talk where people talk to you. Maybe get someone to help you that you know closer to you. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes it's hard to manage all those people, and sometimes it's hard to tell who's real, who's not. Like me, if I just can sit down and talk to Hutch and just ask him questions, I would just like to know to benefit myself. And I've done that with bigger commentators. They've let me talk to them. I got guys who, they've talked to me in the past. And then sometimes, they're just so busy they don't have time to talk to me, and I understand that. But they have talked to me in the past, and I got to ask them YouTube questions / just talk to them. You get involved with, just like anything else with social media, you get involved with people that it is hard to say who's friends and who's not. I picture some of my subscribers, some of my really good friends, some of my best friends, and I don't know how to word it any other way. I just don't. I don't have any other way to be. How did I not get that guy? God, ridiculous. You and your flip scope bullshit. But I don't know how to word it any other way than that. Now, for someone like, let's see, guys like, I forgot his name. He has a guy named Francis that he does. It's kind of like for like him, I'm a fairly new subscriber to him, so I really don't expect him to talk to me. But for guys that I've been sub to for almost 5 years, and they've only... Hutch and CNanners tweeted me on Twitter once each. I met CNanners in real life, and I don't expect them to make me popular. I want y'all to not get this twisted. I don't really give a flying shit if they try to give me a shout out or anything like that. But it would be nice to be like, hey, how can we game with you? Or, hey, when are you doing things? But maybe you got to a point to where when you get to a certain part, I should have not shot that guy. I should have, damn it. Sometimes it's good to watch yourself sometimes because you realize, holy shit, I shouldn't be doing this. So that helicopter scout bullshit is horrible, by the way. But maybe there's a way to be involved. And I don't want to be your best friend, but you don't understand. There is people that look up to you. I hope I will never discourage anyone that looks up to me or puts, I hate to say this, but puts me on a pedestal. I'm not that guy, don't get me wrong. And it's crazy because I know a few people that like Jive Turkey. I wish he was super more famous than what he is. And I hate to use that word famous, but just if he had like 1 million subscribers and he got 100,000 views a video, you need guys like that to do it. But he's a lot like me. He speaks the truth. He says how he feels, blah, blah, blah. But maybe that's not what is the masses. Oh, work people with a pistol. Who says you can't use a pistol, Billy? But maybe that's not the masses. You know, maybe I have to be angry or yell or scream or act stupid or play the most popular games. And I can't. This is how I feel. I don't set the bar. I am the bar. And that's how I feel. I'm not above anyone else, but I do my own thing. And I live my life. And I wish YouTube would come first as a job or things like that. It wouldn't matter about this copyright thing or not. It would not matter about none of that stuff. So, because I would just be me. And I would take people with me. And back in the day, I did. I made sure all my friends got network partnered many moons ago once I became a partner myself. I brought everybody with me. You know, guys like, if you don't know who Incredible Orb is, he's actually kind of popular now. So I took him with me. He branched off and he did his own thing, and that's fine. Don't ever talk to me again. He doesn't talk to me anymore. So, hate to shout you out, put you down like that, Mr. Incredible Orb, but it would be nice if you at least told me how you felt. You know, be like, hey, Billy, you're stupid. I don't like you. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. You know, and it's funny how people maybe just use you for what, and that's the way this works. I don't know. So, the big thing is the question, if you had a question for a bigger commentator, what would it be? Who would it be? Type it in the comments, and I'll actually try to answer some of those questions too. It'll kind of be like a Q&A of how I feel about, but who would it be? You know, if you have a question for like Hutch or Scene Anners or whatever you do, and we will try to use the power of the internet to get those question answers. But I'll try to answer it if I was them, I guess, if that makes sense. So like I always say, my name is Billkeyz. The game's coming to an end. Have a great and wonderful day, guys. And I thank you all for stopping by. And watch the rest of the videos that I have. Get on the page. Watch what you want. They all have the right thumbnails. A ghost. Peace, pimp.